What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be kind of short. I just wanted to let everybody know my opinions on Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9. I recently finished those 3 Resident Evil games. I've never played a Resident Evil game before, and I had a fantastic time with all 3. I thought they all were amazing, and I've made multiple videos, and some I go into really, big depth about my opinions on these games. And I thought I might just make this video so you could have a quick explanation, straight to the point. These are my thoughts on the games, and that's this video. So, let's dive into it. Starting off with 7. I mean, fantastic game, they all 3 are, but out of the 3, it is my least favorite. I personally do not prefer survival horror, which I do understand that will upset a lot of Resident Evil fans, because a lot of Resident Evil fans prefer exclusively survival horror. I prefer some action. 8 and 9 do the action a lot better than 7, in my opinion. But, like I said, overall, great game. Long story short, it's about the Baker family, and that was the best part about the game, is just how it focused on these characters that slowly but surely got mold in their house after doing a good deed that turned bad. The mold in their house made them go crazy, evil even, and now they, kill people for fun. The first section of the game is one of the best in the whole game. It's so small, but it honestly is the scariest section in the whole game. Now, this game is on the scarier side, but the first section, it really hits hard, and even in the demos of the game, like, they, to give to testers, they specifically made this section scary for that reason, so those testers could really feel scared, and that's one of the reasons. But moving on to the first section of the game, or second section, where it's the dad, and honestly, this is one of the best sections. It is very, like Resident Evil vibe of just one big area, like one big house, and you have to, get items from one part of the house and bring it all the way out to the other to unlock a door or something. There's like 3 different floors, because there's always a basement or, an attic in Resident Evil. Any building has a basement for some reason. And you end up finding the dad and a pretty good boss battle, but I feel like it's not as good compared to the others. But I also feel like Resident Evil as a series struggles in its boss battles. And then moving on to the second section, Margaret. I really liked this section. Or, no, I more just liked the boss battle, but in a weird way, people seem to dislike the boss battle, so I guess that's an unpopular opinion. But it was a really, okay section. The main problem is the bugs, and they're supposed to be annoying, but are so annoying where it really just brings down the section. But the boss battle at the end versus Margaret was really interesting, and I did like it. And the reason I liked it so much is because it just took me so many tries. When I finally beat it, I felt very accomplished. Third section is Lucas, and he's the son, and he did something to him where it's like he wasn't crazy, but he still had the powers of being crazy. I mean, he still did crazy things, and he was kind of a psychopath, but he wasn't mentally controlled. Anyway, he puts you through a horror house. If you've ever seen Saw, it's like that. And it's basically just puzzles. It's great puzzles, and I think that's one of my favorite sections of the game. It's honestly probably my favorite, where you have to solve the puzzles to put the candle on the birthday cake. I loved it. I love puzzle rooms. Puzzle rooms, I love. And Resident Evil is supposed to be very puzzly, so helps it. Yeah, and then the big choice at the end of the game is whether to cure your wife, your loving, caring wife that you know really well, and there's a ton of lore about her in the game, or some random person who gave you a few phone calls in the game. That's the daughter of the family. Yeah, choose your wife. Point is, if you choose the random person named Zoe, choose Zoe, she dies immediately. If you choose your wife, Mia, she doesn't die, and that's actually the canon ending. Okay, I love the game. Those were my thoughts. Moving on to Resident Evil 8. It's my favorite out of the 3. I like Resident Evil 8 more than 7 and 9. I thought it was the best, and I absolutely love the experience. It is definitely in my top 9 favorite games of all time. Loved it. So, I'm not going to go through the whole story like I did, but I'll go through a few sections. I'm going to go through the 4 main sections, at least. The first main section is my favorite out of the 4. It's where you're with this Lady Dimitrescu. You're in an awesome castle. And she has awesome daughters. And she is awesome. Her boss fight was awesome. Everything is awesome. It is wonderful. And the cutscene's awesome. I love this section so much. It was the best section, and I loved it. Also, puzzles. Puzzles were good. They weren't too hard or too easy. Good puzzles, good characters, good writing, good castle. Awesome castle. And yeah, and then moving on to the second section. This section was good because, like I said, like puzzle rooms. It was a really short section, but I love puzzle rooms, and that was the whole section. It was just like one big puzzle room. I loved it. And yeah, that's about it. And moving on to the third section, and this section was the worst. I honestly just have nothing to say about it. I mean, it wasn't negative, it wasn't a bad section. I just don't have any interesting thoughts about it. Moving on to the fourth section, and it was awesome. Second favorite section, and it was great. The main selling point of this section is the boss, the lord of this section, and his name is Heisenberg, Carl Heisenberg, and he's awesome. He got hammer, control metal, Magneto-like, cool boss fight. Loved it. It was great. I love this section. Heisenberg and Lemmy Demetres, 2 sections, and those were the best. Those were the high points of the game. Loved them so much. Okay, and now the whole game altogether, environment 9 out of 10, or 10 out of 10 basically. Characters and story, mainly the characters, 10 out of 10. Story, a 7 out of 10, I'd say. And those were the main parts of the game that I loved. Okay, now moving on to Requiem. You see Requiem. I have the physical of Requiem, so I thought I might show it. Yeah, and it's great. It's great. It's amazing. I loved it so much. It is also my top 9 favorite games of all time. 7 did not make the cut in my top 9 favorite games of all time. But like I said, 7 was really good. It's just I loved 8 and 9 so much more. Probably because combat is just very not right in 7. Long story short, you play as 2 characters, Leon and Grace. They each have 2 big sections. That's what I'm talking about. Grace's section, you're in one building, and this section, it was technically a great section, but I had a lot of stress in this section. It just stressed me out, and I liked it. I enjoyed myself, and it was a good section. But every time I think of the section, I think of the stress it brought me. So, because of that, a little bit of non-section. A Leon section is awesome. It's completely combat, and I love that. I love it. I love Leon. He's so cool, and he drives his motorcycle up a building. Awesome. It's great. It's great. So, yeah, that's Resident Evil Requiem. I didn't want to spend too long on that one. But, I don't know. I feel like I never talk about this game too much, but, it's a good game. I loved it so much, but compared to, 8 and 7, I feel like I don't talk about this one enough, but I made a whole video on it, at least. Anyway, that's my, very quick, straightforward opinions on Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9. Love them all so much. They were great, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out, everyone.